Hello, I am John, the relator. It's not a religion anymore, but a relationship. Ah, wine from water. The first miracle, a wedding. This is how to relate. The water Moses gave you is a desert. Everybody died by that law. The ram's blood, working in the thicket. The vine, fruit of the vine is wine, spirit of the law. Hence, you got to drink the Lord's blood, spirit of the law. I do not speak plainly until the day of the Father. The proof is every time the Messiah opens his mouth, he uses both edges of his sharp tongue. The fiery split tongue, one tongue for the spirit, the other for the soul. Fiery means zeal. Burning bush, zeal, bush, mental capacity of the Father compared to our branch that can only produce fruit if we're attached to the vine, the fruit of the vine, working in the vineyard, the Lord's Spirit of grace. It's not enough to eat the bread. Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God. The proof is every time the Lord opens his mouth, he uses both edges of his tongue. He gives a set of pearls. He plays word association, one word off the other. Don't mix your metaphors. Spirit and truth, spirit and flesh, born of the Spirit. Father's spirit of the law. The letter of the law killeth. But the ram's blood, they promised the Father they would work in his vineyard, the Spirit. Your soul is the grape, the dry wine press of the Father. He wants your blood, your life, your way. Whose will you agree with? Spirit and soul, nature and path. Born again, nature and path. Blood and flesh, wine and bread of Christ. Drink of it, all of it. Can't pick and choose what comparable you want. Spiritually par enables your soul, Christ. It's not unjust to consider your mind and heart equal with God's. Spirit and soul by the blood and flesh of Christ. I do not speak plainly till the day of the Father. The pearls, there's your proof. Plain word association, wine and bread, blood and flesh, his nature and path. The Messiah's secret. Those who are blind can see that the parables are a mystery. It's not a mystery to those who have been given the kingdom of heaven. Dial up Mark 4:11. How is it you know this comparable? How are you going to know any comparable if you don't know this one? If you heard one parable, you heard all the comparables. They all speak of the same. The God's way and will by Christ, the ram's blood, and the bread of life found in the Lord's field, his body of work broken down into comparables. It's not unjust to consider your branch of fruit equal with the burning bush. Burning, zeal, on fire. Your branch on fire for the God? This is how to relate. Diligently seek the Spirit, and your soul should diligently seek the Spirit. And his Spirit will dwell within your soul. It is like, saith the Lord, comparable to. The Lord opens up with that line many times. The parables are comparables. Symbolic, metaphor, a comparable. Idiom. It's not unjust to consider yourself equal with God. We are all gods, says the red ink. Just the green reaffirming with the black ink. The spirit of the black ink. Some people have been given 1 talent, others 5. But the Messiah, he knows the Father because he came from the Father. Moses walked and talked with God as a man. Keyword man. But we are children of God. This is how to relate through the blood and flesh of Christ, the fleshy heart, stony not. The blood is the spirit of the law. And what you make in the Father's vineyard is the Lord's Spirit, the wine. Grace. The only place you can get to meet, Christ said, is the Father and Son. And the 5 loaves of bread, 5 blessings that come by grace. The pearls buried in the Lord's field. He's playing word association, and the proof is to read it. You can't read the rewritten word. That's proof. People don't know. They're blind. People who could say they see are blind, and they rewrite God's word. When you add or take away one pearl, God's word, you lose the word association. Hence, you are lost. I have come to set the captive spirit free, save that which is lost, your soul. Wordplay, 2 edges, sharp tongue, fiery, split tongue. One tongue for the spirit, the other for the soul. A double play, a pum, surreptitious speech.